Well, coming off the back of an absolutely fantastic win, we now have one last terrible thing to do with the keeper, and then it's just lost stuff and we're done on the good side of the post-it. Yeah? Still needs Mega Satan and the corpse is the lost. Two very nasty things. And it's just the corpse is the keeper, which means the alt floors, which means in general a lot more death, so kiss that win streak goodbye. But that's okay, because the last run was fantastic. It was very enjoyable. Wait, why am I... Something I unlocked as the keeper has made him start with 3 HP. It wasn't the item I picked up last time that did it. What did I get for him? Ah, I unlocked Keeper now holds a penny. What it actually means is Keeper starts with 3 HP, not 2. Which was for doing Mega Satan, I guess? Or maybe Hush? I can't remember which one it was that unlocked that. So that's what it was. I never noticed. I noticed I had extra HP, but it was after I picked up GB Bug on the last run. So I thought GB Bug had been changed to give an HP up. Oops. That's an unlock that should be locked behind something easier so that the keeper is easier. But I guess that's not the point. They don't want the keeper to be easy. No, 3 is still definitely max because I got a bunch of HP up on that last run, I think, and I didn't go over 3. This is a very nasty room. I would like very much not to get hit, although at least I have an extra hit in me. I already missed the fire rate. I obviously miss having the baby shots, which are just stupidly damaging against bosses, as we discovered. It was killing Hush that did it, so you have to kill Hush to get +1 HP forever. I mean, it's a really good upgrade. It's like when you get Holy Mantle for the Lost. Although, no, now he just starts with it. I think back in the day you had to unlock it for him. I can't quite remember. Yeah, actually I think it was locked behind Greed Mode unlocks, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was definitely to do with the babies getting stuck on a larger target. It seemed to be proccing more hits. Some items do that. Like Explosivo, I think, or Booger Shots, that kind of stuff. On the larger targets, it procs more times. Is this a double floor? No. Well, we don't need to talk about the run, because as I say, don't get too attached, because I have to go to the alt floors, which means they're much, much harder. Oh, Explosivo Baby Shot would be interesting to see. Unlimited keys for the floor, very nice. Oh yeah, this isn't time locked, so it's not like I need to hurry. I can Google all the weird video games that Valinar finds on Steam I want. Are you going to get that model one that we were talking about? So you can digitally create and paint miniatures as well as doing it IRL? You're going to scream on the phone with your credit card, you can't access your account, it keeps showing an error. Well, don't scream at the person at the company that answers the phone, it's not their fault. But in general, you can scream into the void, I suppose. You have no need to stimulate that experience. Simulate, sorry. Not stimulate, that's something else. That's true. There's something weird about those digital experiences, though, that is different even if you've done something similar IRL. But like I was saying last time, it's not something I could do because I use my right hand with my mouse, so... Yeah, this run is not off to a good start. So it's not like I'd be able to keep the lines straight or anything.
Did you see that, Zack?
I did. Thank you, Foxy Foxtastic, for using your Twitch Prime, and remind me to mention, use your Twitch Prime, it doesn't auto-renew. It's a way to give me free money, which helps pay my bills and crippling miniature addiction and what have you. And food for my adorable dog. My adorable, stupid dog. Oh yeah, she's out of focus blepping in the background of the picture I took of Boxface. Because she still gets jealous anytime I'm taking a picture of a miniature. She immediately runs over and wants in on the action. I am a left-handed person, yes, but I use my mouse in the right hand. I was going to say, have you never noticed... Oh, wait, yeah, alt floors. Have you never noticed in any of the like YouTube 2 videos? But I don't know if anything in that would really show it off. Would it? No, because honestly, usually when I'm like doing miniature videos, I'm holding them in my right hand because I talk with my left hand. When I hand talk. I'm going to take a chance. Oh, thank goodness it didn't take his health. They give you bone shots, right? No. That's the one that would have taken all my health and turned it into bone hearts, but that would have immediately killed him. So instead, it just gave me a crap ton of flies. The devoured wrath alive. The Catholic Church would like to know your location. I think my grandmother was born left-handed and the church got it out of her. Ooh. No? The install for it is like 70 something gig. But it's not playable until like a couple of days, so there's no rush. What is with this garbage shop? I complain about left-handed scissors. Well, no, not about left-handed scissors, but the lack of left-handed scissors. Because I have a habit of losing the only pair of them I have and then have to use right-handed scissors, which are a pain when you don't use that hand for, you know, right-handed scissorness. If you've ever wondered how awkward can it be, they're just scissors, try using left-handed scissors in your right hand and get back to me. Why does it feel like I get a tear rate up when I'm standing in this thing's diarrhea? The stat doesn't go up, but I feel like I am firing faster. I do use right-handed scissors in my left hand frequently because I have to, because I keep losing my left-handed ones. And they weren't exactly a common thing in school as well, growing up. False PhD for 7? We've got a deal. I'll take even less luck in return for damage. 1.31, that's really good. Let's pretend we got that on the first floor, I guess. How do I lose scissors? Look, I'm not a messy person, but I'm not a clean person. I do the dishes, I do the hoovering, I do the whatnots, but I've got like boxes and miniatures and whatnot sitting around. I use scissors in unboxings and then they get covered under stuff and then I forget where they are. You know, that kind of stuff happens all the time. And I do own like 3 pairs of scissors, but only one of them is left-handed, and sometimes I forget which is which because 2 of them are the same. Like they're just black-handled. There's no, it doesn't say left-handed on it. The left-handed scissors in school, I remember, one hand was blue, one hand was orange. Oh, didn't see you there. I mean, dangerously. Sora's not going to pick them up and learn to use them as a weapon. She's already trained in, like, blades and such. My niece isn't old enough to, like... Well, no, she's learning to, like, grab at stuff. I don't think she could grab... Well, she probably could do herself an injury with scissors, but... Like, she doesn't get access to any scissors when she's here once every few months. Ooh, bungy. What if I fall onto them randomly? I would have questions, for sure. Okay, that doesn't give you a stat up. Fair enough. I'm still like so used to holding scissors by the like sharp end when you're walking with them. I do it to this day. Like you get taught to do it during school and it just sticks. Like okay, don't run with scissors, don't have the sharp end poking out. Yeah, I do that to this day. Now sometimes when I'm holding a fork or a large spoon, do I flip it around in my hand just for fun and see if I can catch it by the handle? Maybe. But that's not dangerous. Maybe I've done it with a butter knife, but I've never a steak knife or anything. Yeah, who doesn't do that, see? It's a perfectly cromulent thing to do while you're waiting on something in the oven or the grill finishing. Either that or I grab an oven mitt and flip that around and try and grab it out of the air. Usually while Sora watches. That bit in Night in the Woods where they randomly decide to stab at each other in the hands is starting to make more and more sense to me all of a sudden. Let's go try and do the lost stuff. Yeah, exactly. I've done that as well. Yeah, if there's something on, like if I accidentally drop the oven mitt, I don't immediately try and pick it up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this with my foot. I'm gonna get the foot underneath it, and I'm gonna flip it into the air and catch it. And it's gonna be cool, and no one's gonna see it because there's no one here. Well, the dog will see it, but she's not gonna tweet about it. You can grab things with your toes. Shady would like to know your location. Yeah, no, that was a really disgusting thing Shady just said. Honestly, it's becoming less about trying to look cool, flipping it into the air and catching it, and more about my lower back hurts and I don't want to bend over. Oh, look at my little wiggly bone hand. Bend over? No, that's... Oh, why did it have to be this enemy? That's Shady's stage name. And by stage, I mean stagecoach. Ooh, my speed is... Oh, okay. My speed was not sufficient enough to dodge. Good luck. Yeah. Where's this item on the other run so I could have a green build going? It would have fit the Nurgly theme and all the farting. Will that be a trend for these runs? If you mean dying to the very badly balanced alt floor bosses, yes. Especially as the keeper, but also especially Lisa. Still not as bad as constantly going down to Hush over and over though, I guess. Well, maybe it will be, I don't know. If I'd realised how strong that last run was, I should have went to the corpse. But obviously we didn't know until it was too late. Because it would have beaten the corpse pretty easily, especially with the algaes to fall back on. Yeah, it would have been really easy. It was made for doing that route. I'm trying to think what Kickstarters to go back to that topic of conversation, because what else is there to talk about? Although things are opening up more now, and I'm already going to go off on a tangent because that's reminded me with Adepticon happening in March or whatever. Don't Look Back is representing there, and they showed off on Instagram, I think it was, the exclusive miniatures they're going to do there. If you're not familiar with Don't Look Back, there's a very nerdy character in it who's just like a stereotypical nerd with a well actually role. they're doing 2 exclusive sculpts of him. One where he's even more nerdy, where he's carrying like a school books and garbage like that. And then they're doing a heroic version where he's like doing a hero pose on top of a rock with a recurved bowl, looking all like badass and stuff. Now that's quite a clever idea. I think that character is a meme within the community as far as I'm aware. Does he salute when he dies? I don't think I've ever noticed that. Give me all them flies.
Paralysis.
What got me onto that subject? Oh yeah, what Kickstarters are shipping this year? One part of the Marvel Zombies will ship towards the end of the year. Bard Song is on its way, kinda. It's on a ship, anyway. The Four Souls expansion, including the Baby Plum plush, should be shipping relatively soon, I think. Better of a devil you know. I believe the Rainbow Six Siege game is also shipping this year, as is the Darkest Dungeon one. Too many things. Too many things within the same year. Especially for a channel that you're only really supposed to be doing 3 videos a week for. Although right now that is not the case. It's back up a little bit because I've got too many things I want to be covering. I think it... Oh, wow. That's very lucky. Not that it helps the Keeper much beyond a little bit of extra damage. I think I'm going to do at least 3 videos of... Well, it's going to be 6 videos, but 3 matches of Townsfolk Tussle for YouTube too. Hello, Narhan. I don't know how popular they'll be. The unboxing did okay. But if I do 3 games worth, that means we can see every Ruffian in action because there's 12. And then beyond that, I don't know. But I like it enough that I want to play more of it. Although it does take a while. Thank you, GG the Man, for 8 months with Twitch Prime. If you remember to use it again, I give you a super tasteful and definitely not forgettable Twitch baby name. Like Gargax the Destroyer. Someone remind me to use that at some point. He's whispering. Oh yeah, I accidentally stumbled on someone criticizing my tabletop videos, which is a little rare for a star. But I guess they didn't realize it was on Reddit. Incidentally, the new Reddit layout is pathetic looking. It looks so amateurish. But anyway, tangential. Someone was just asking about... I think it was availability of the Batman miniature game in America specifically. Like, how the hell do you get it? And someone who was trying to make themselves sound authoritative on the matter was like, "Oh yeah, I can tell you that they're trying to improve their relations with UK stockists, and hopefully they'll have some progress on that soon." It's like, how the hell do you know? You're just some random guy. But anyway, critique unasked for, or advice unasked for, then went on to assess their hatred of my videos. Although they very clearly watched them, which is the amusing part. Because they're like, "Oh yeah, his tables and miniatures look the best of the 2 people who do videos on the game. But he doesn't know the rules to the game at all, so they're not worth watching." Even though he very clearly does, and is also not true. I do know the game rules. I have a feeling that the echo chamber of the official, well, unofficial Discord that people treat like as official might be a little bit up their own arses. Also, the game's rules are very nebulous because it's poorly translated from Spanish. So sometimes you do have to kind of just decide how you're ruling something. But it wasn't even just the critique, because if they don't want to like it despite watching the videos, fine, hate watch, I don't care, it's a view. It was the fact it was unasked for by the person. The person's question was, how do I buy the game in America? And the person's answer was, just wait a little while, oh by the way, I hate this guy. That's the part that got me. I was laughing at it for a little while. Like, I am living rent-free in their head and I love it. Because their opinion of me means literally nothing. Ooh. That's tears up, right? Strength card for this. Some people are special. That's a very nice way to say it. I mean, it's not like the video gaming space is the only space to have that type of person. Tabletop gaming has it, board games have it. It's just, it's a type of person rather than a type of fan base. Obviously it's not the ideal, but what the? I never even realised it was the same room twice. Yes, I am remembering the knife piece, that's why I'm looking for the mirror. Which should be through here, yeah. Now I need to remember where the white fire was. I think it was down by the boss. Oh wait, was it through here? No. Oh yeah, but that's the other part of it that made me laugh is they were clearly writing their reply from a phone. And something went wrong, so they ended up typing the same comment like 6 times. Which makes it look even more like they have an axe to grind. So I found it a bit funnier because of that. Four rooms. I do not like these enemies because their shots are unpredictable. Well, not unpredictable, just hard to dodge. I don't need to reply. There's nothing worth replying to. It isn't like they have a choice, it's me or nothing. Which is also funny, which is probably why they begrudgingly watch. It's like, okay, fine, I'm gonna watch, but I'm still gonna have issues with it. But, you know, whatever. The only potential downside is if there really is reps for the company in Discord, they might... Well, no, they can't care about what they say because, quote-unquote, they refer to my channel as their friends. Even though I've never communicated with Night Models directly in any kind of sense regarding my channel. But they still post my videos every so often because, I mean, who else is ever going to post? So that means either they don't care, or it doesn't matter, or I'm right. So either way, it's fine. I do play the game right, yes. There is some inconsistencies, but just because there's inconsistencies doesn't mean I'm wrong. They could be wrong. I could be wrong. But there's no way of knowing because it's never clarified. Now they could pretend like my dad works at Nintendo, you know, that kind of thing. But that also doesn't make them right. There could be like agreed upon correctness, like, oh, let's play it this way, and if I don't play it that way they would see it as wrong, but I'm not privy to that, and again, I don't care. I'll play it the way I presume is the correct way. And there is also the general, when you're recording, you forget stuff, it happens. Doesn't really matter. I was expecting enemies. There was no enemies. Hell, there was that post that said they agreed, or they asked a playtester and I was right about something. Now, I still don't believe them because I don't think there's... I don't believe the game has playtesters, honestly, but they might. But even though they agreed with me, I still didn't believe them. I don't think I do anything house ruled though. If I do house rules, I state that they're house rules. Like I did for Resident Evil 2. I am doing things to the best of my ability as correct as I presume they are based on a rule set which is translated from another language. I think what also may not help is I think Night Models cared so little about getting the English translation correct is they relied on fan translations, which means they're also presuming that the fan who translated it understands the intention when they wrote it in Spanish, which might not necessarily have bridged the gap of translation. Not on purpose, just something might get lost in translation. It happens. I'm certainly not denying that everything is done correctly in terms of forgetting stuff, because forgetting stuff happens all the time. Anyone who claims they never forget anything is a liar, or they are hopelessly naive. But there's a difference between forgetting something and doing something deliberately wrong. Your dad is a Twitch streamer. Batman hurried to the library? Is that what that means? This is not the floor with the knife piece. Okay. Oh, I know she's talking about you. I just find it a little weird as all, given that you have kids and she's not a child. Definitely done. Yes, yeah. We've gone over the ground of like hate watching stuff enough, I think. Like we talked about it plenty of times with Overwatch. I know there was people who would watch because they didn't like me. I've done the same at points. I've watched things that I don't like on purpose because it's somewhat enjoyable in a different sense to watch something that you're annoyed by. As long as you don't go out of your way to be an asshole and you just do it silently, that's not a problem as far as I'm concerned. Hate watch all you like. This is the floor with an IP, so let's not fight the boss until I've tried for it, because otherwise I might forget. Especially if I'm rambling. Why would you go and do something like Redeem the Tigers theme? Thank you, Masterland, for, well, Peace and Tranquility. I had music ready, but not Peace and Tranquility. Oh yeah, Valinar, were you here earlier when I said I was sort of feeling Vermintide today? I was a little bit indecisive about what I'm doing after Isaac, except that I want to do Vampire Survivors tomorrow. Sure. The Bibliothèque. Why are the shops garbage? I feel like the shops should default be very good as the keeper. You were not here for that, but you are here for that. I mean, I'm open to suggestions. It's just something that came to mind that we haven't played for a little while, because we're obviously done with Nobody Saves the World and nothing else is immediately jumping out. Thank you, 8-Bit, for letting me pick the music. there's our first switch. Small rock? Potentially better? No, but I will pick it up for progress towards Bookworm. I don't really want to play through Nobody Saves the World again. It's a fine game, but it's not like super good. If the disconnect issue wasn't as bad, I feel like I would have been left with better impressions. It's not a bad game, just to be abundantly clear. I recommend it. It's very good. It's just the experience was somewhat ruined by the disconnects, and a couple of the final dungeons suck. Fun to play though, prior to that. It has been a while since we've heard about Hogger's Ridge. And that's even worse because we've been so busy with other games, haven't played it in so long, my aim will be off. And you can't hear the Hogger's Ridge thing unless I'm getting a bunch of headshots. I don't know, maybe it's multi-kills as well, except alt kills, I don't think they trigger it. Hogger's Ridge. What we really need is Darktide, but who knows when that's coming out. Or what we really needed was for Dying Light 2 not to be 54 quid. Yeah, there's not been any more information about Darktide for a little bit, for whatever reason. Hello, Lan. Sorry, I have to focus at this point. I've already lost 1 health to a mistake. Look at all these dead keepers watching me. One of us! One of us! Stay over there. I would like that penny. Oh, thank you. There's no door here. Where's my way out? Oh, down this way. How long is this way out? Music looped. I mean, it's a very bad loop. Damn it. I think I want to throw one over there too. I'm free! After 10,000 years. Nope, never mind. As I was saying, I'm free after 10,000 years. Got myself a cardboard box. For killing. Look at that fighter rate. Oh, if I had the baby shots with this. Yeah, I have been hearing about some pretty bad Dying Light 2 bugs. I'm waiting until it's in a sale, so it probably won't be played until maybe summer? You can still poke enemies out even after you're dead. Wait, how can I open this door? There's 1 penny. Oh, did it restore my health after the boss fight so you could actually open the door? It's a neat little addition to make it possible for the keeper. My face looks like one of those things you talk to in the Big Empty DLC for New Vegas. And so does the Keepers. No reason not to take these. Okay, down to the worst floor. Well, yeah, the worst floor, but the corpse is still the worst boss, probably. Good luck, have fun. I refuse. Having an Alge's rune would definitely be a nice thing for... I mean, what are the chances it's a bad item? That's fine, I think. I don't even remember what it does, honestly. And it had to be the harder version of the floor, huh? B-bombs.
Ace of clubs. It don't matter. None of this matters.
Damn, thank you, Willie, for the very generous protection money. For more zombie stuff? I don't need more zombie stuff, but thank you. I'll take that off what the inevitable VAT and shipping fee will be. Thank you very much. May your young be belligerent and numerous. Wait, left-handed scissors got posted in Discord? Hang on. I have left-handed scissors, for God's sake. It's just I lose them sometimes. I don't like the way these look. Also, stop showing me things on the American store that won't be on the UK one, like that Bidoof plush. These scissors look like scissors that are designed to be like the person who's using these needs special help. Look at the left-handed freak try and cut a bit of paper, isn't he weird? Oh. It's true, there was, yeah, it was a 3-pack. Like that, even though I do lose left-handed scissors I have because they look so much like my other normal scissors. Well, right-handed scissors, who says left isn't normal. I like that they just look like scissors. Here we go. Not bad. In fact, get destroyed. More tears up, you say? We just need a bit more damage and we might be good. And an Alge's rune, ideally. I seriously would do some kind of, like, sub-goal or tip goal or something for the Bidoof plush if I could find it in the UK. I know it's on US Amazon, but that's not workable. And the secondary goal would be, I don't know, feeding it to Sora. She's picky about her toys though, she might not like it. Probably tastes like crap. It being a Bidoof and all. No, something that large would almost certainly have an additional customs tax to pay. The only bag was very light and very small. Just to set it on fire? How else are you going to exorcise the demon? I don't know any priests, I think. Are any of you priests? Put it in a blender. I do have a small smoothie related blender from a while back, but it wouldn't fit. Oh, you can't vacuum seal it, the poor thing inside would die. Too quickly, you have to make the... fucker suffer. I don't like the diffs. I think that's the all stats up. Nope, you get that wrong every time. Well, I still wouldn't have wanted something I didn't know what it was, to be fair, so. I feel like that hit me before it made contact. I don't know what Pandora's box does on this floor, let's find out. No. Might as well. And we'll leave a few in there for heals. I hate not having a map. Yeah. There's no shops after this, I'll just leave that there for heals as well. If I did actually manage to pull off a corpse win with this, which I don't feel like I will, because I don't think we have enough damage for the corpse if I get that far. But if I did, it's not a good thing, because then technically if I want to fully finish the good side of the puzzle, no, I have to go back to lost runs. And I don't know about that. Mega Satan and the corpse. I will take brimstone bombs, thank you very much. Wait, did that give me a damage up as well? Slightly off. Oh no. No! No! The shot split against the wall. Well, on the plus side, I don't have to play as the lost. Damn. Oh well.